What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Blocks presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't checked it out already, just making bad live choices, going over to scoresandodds.com where you got picks from me, Daniel, Meansy, all the greats. Plus, you can access our nice little prop shopping tool where you can see exactly what we have projected for each individual prop, plus where the best lines at. And most importantly, you get access to Grant's Action Lounge. What is Grant's Action Lounge? Well, it's my Discord where I'm throwing in all my picks each and every day so you can get in before the lines end up moving. Just go to scoresandodds.com/Discord. Just threw it into the chat there. We got some basketball. It's Thursday. I got basketball. That's pretty much it. Obviously, NFL will be coming in tomorrow. Just one of those weird weeks, not a Thursday night football game. So, yeah, we got basketball. But we got a decent amount of bets for just a 4-game slate, a lot of overs. So, hopefully there's some close games or else I'm in some real trouble. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and get right into it, starting off with Dylan Brooks under 17.5 points. Don't bet this anymore. Bain got ruled out. It's moved to 18.5. Of course, that's my luck. The rationale was that Bain in the lineup hurts Brooks' production. So I'd stay away from that now. Jason Tatum taking both the over of 42.5 points, rebounds, assists, -115 over at DK, -118 over at Sports Illustrated, and over 30.5 points, -118 over at Sports Illustrated. You can get it at 31.5 at most other books, -110 for most of those spots there. So I really like all his overs. I mean, he's been absolutely fantastic. This is going to be a close game. Decent total at 232.5, 3-point spread. Tatum's just been on a tear. He should get up and crush in this game. Line's probably going to move to 32.5 and 43.5, for 44.5 rather. Sorry, at 43.5, I think. It's going to keep moving. I really like this over. Same thing with Christian Wood, over 1.5 assists. I have him checked for 2. You can get -115 at Betfred, -112 at Sewerbook, -115. I don't want to say MGM. Wood -110 at MGM, so go hit it at MGM. I just can't get any money down there. I really like that bet. Luka, I'm taking his over of 34.5 points. I'm also taking his over of 52.5 points, rebounds, assists. Get that at -110 over at Betfred. His points, you get -112 over at Superbook, and I think I took it -115 over at Betfred. I know this might not be your state, but we can look. We can check here. Check to see where the line's sitting at in most spots. Luka points, -115 over at FanDuel. And then Luka get -110 over at MGM. All right. I just can't bet over on MGM. Yeah, both these lines are too low. Luka's been on an absolute tear, averaging about 45 points per game over his last 6. Just been absolutely crushing it. Obviously had that 60-20-10 line the other night, but he's been hitting this over at 34.5 points, I think, in all the last 6 games, maybe 5 of the last 6 games. In either case, just been absolutely fantastic. This should be a close game, which is really what matters. 3-point spread here. Even in a tough matchup, I don't care. I'm taking Luka's over. Same with his PRA. He's been getting triple-double, 40-point triple-doubles consistently. Michael Porter Jr. over 5.5 rebounds. This is one I hit pretty often. I'd assume that line has already moved a decent amount. Generally, -120. Yeah, still probably worth it at -120. Other spots, you can get it -140. So points bet in FanDuel, I'd hit it there. Probably wouldn't hit it at -130 or -140. That's at the other sites, but still a solid line. Aaron Gordon over 0.5 3-pointers made /1+ 3-pointer. I got it at -105 and -109. It's no longer at -105. It's at -110 over on FanDuel for 1+ 3-pointer made, but you can still get it -109 over at Caesars. He's averaging 1 per game on the season. He's hit the over in 15 of the last 22 games. So hitting it at a pretty decent clip here. Not a great matchup of 3-pointers made, but I assume that he's going to get a little bit more usage, especially if Paul George is playing. I am assuming that Kawhi is going to guard Michael Porter Jr. and Paul George is going to guard Jamal Murray, which is why I like over on Jokic here soon that I'll get to. But assuming Gordon's going to have a little bit more volume in this spot here, I'm taking his overs or his over on 3-pointers made. Just make a lot more shot attempts. He averages 2.8 a game, 3-something a game. I can't remember off the top of my head. KCP under 10.5 points. That should be at 9.5 points. Minus 104 at Caesars. We talked about Luka. We talked about Christian Wood. Christian Wood over 18.5 points. I know there's a tough matchup here, but he's going to get a significant amount of usage. I think we have projected for around 20 in this spot here. So SAO projections are in agreement with me in this one. 20.3. So it's one of our favorite ones on the board. Yeah, minus 114 at FanDuel. I think it's still at minus 114. But line's just too low. It should be at least at 19.5. Jokic, I'm taking all his overs. Over 48.5 points, rebounds, assists, minus 109 at Caesars. Over 11.5 rebounds, minus 117 at Caesars. Over 26.5 points. This is specifically, I think, to Sports Illustrated. Minus 125 over there. Let me check real quick. Jokic, it's at minus 137 is the best line. I still don't hate it. Minus 108 at 27 point. Sorry, 27.5. But 26.5 minus 125 was just an easy bet for me. Also checked out Pinnacle. They have it at like minus 186. So Pinnacle absolutely loves it. Last two bets, Sengun over 24.5 points, rebounds, assists, minus 115 over Betway / over at DK. Really simple here. This is an absolutely fantastic spot for him going up against the Jazz. Jazz are giving up the most points in the paint. So he's going to dominate here. Had some of his overs last night, did not do well. But yeah, it's just an easy over. Jordan Clarkson, just a little bit too low, 22.5 points, minus 111 at FanDuel. Let's see if that one has moved. Minus 113, so not enough to really matter too much. I know projections are pretty mediocre on this one, but I like this over. We'll go ahead and check out the Parlay Simulator and then get on out of here. First one that immediately pops, which I bet it yesterday. I bet his under on rebounds at 14.5. Of course, he got 15 and probably would have gotten 20 if it wouldn't have been for the blowout. We have the under 13.5. I think we have project for 11.5. We're showing massive positive ROI. And if you want the thought process behind this, essentially his rebounding rate is around 22.6%, which is the highest it's been in his entire career. With no Clark in there potentially. He's going to probably get the closing minutes in any game that ends up staying close. His per 36 for rebounding on the season is sitting at 15.1. If we're assuming less than 36 minutes, could potentially be a good one. There is some size over on the Magic side of things generally. But right now, I think most of them are back. Bull's out, and Wagner's still out, but they still have Carter Jr. and still have Mo Bamba, I think. So you can take it if you want. It's just, he's been ridiculous recently. We'll go ahead and pull him up right now. Just been absolutely unreal good. There we go. Nope, that's not it. We'll pull up Adams here and see what his line has been and how much he's been absolutely destroying it. Let's see. Last game, line was 14.5. He ended up with 15. Barely end up beating it. But again, that was a blowout. Line before was 11, 23. Line before was 10.5, 21. Line before was 10.5. Ended up with 17. Line before was 9. That was before he went on his absolute tear. But yeah, he's been unreal good recently. So I might end up staying away. I might end up betting that. I don't know. We actually dislike the Sengun. Did I get a different number? I got 24.5. We dislike the Sengun under on PRA, but I still like it. There it gets me on Tatum PRA, but I don't care. Might end up betting his under on assists, to be honest. It's been hitting a pretty decent clip. We really like the under on Kawhi points. I thought about betting that. I might still end up betting that. I was looking into it a little bit earlier. It does seem a tad bit too high. You can actually get it at 23.5 at most spots. We currently haven't projected for 18.34. I guess that possibly depends on the Paul George news. With him being questionable, that's probably why they have it at 22.5, 23.5. If he ends up playing, then definitely end up hitting it. But yeah, that's it. That's the show. Hope you enjoyed it. Back again tomorrow. I'm out here. Later, kids.